Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm like,
And today, Blind Fight Friday. So what are we doing today? Today's Blind Fight Friday is courtesy of Roman Carter. Let me make sure I got the right name. I did. He asked for this matchup right now. So this is actually one I don't think we've ever did. So we have the Cask Strength Maker's Mark, which runs in at 110.8 proof, just while I have it in my hand. We got it for $59.99. And we're putting it up against the Cask Strength Maker's 46, which this one is 110.1 proof, and we got it for $49.99. So I'm so glad you listened. 110.8, 110.1. So they're right around the same proof. This is actually the new Maker's Mark 2 that we just did that actually beat out our other Maker's Mark. So we figured we might as well put the best one against the best one just to see. Or the only one that they have now. But as you can see, the normal, they have the regular, they went back to the other bottle. Because the old Maker's Mark had the fancy bottle, and now they're going back to so that the 46 and the Makers have the same bottle now. So regular Blind Fight Friday rules. Mike poured him. I was out of the room. I poured his. He was out of the room. We may or may not be drinking the same. So we're going to get right into it. Glass number one. I don't think I'm going to dislike either one of these two.
I know for a fact I'm not going to dislike them, but I always thought the nose jumped out in my nose in this one.
Oh, good God. I didn't even put it to my nose yet, and it was cranking. Really?
Maybe I'm defective today.
No, I just, that's the, the funny thing, too, just for reference sake, yesterday we did the Scotch, and I kept getting the skunk. By chance, my friend Steve happened to swing by to drop something off, and he's like, "Oh, what did you try today?" So I showed him. I'm like, "Here, try this. Are you getting it?" And I drank it after I ate something, and I wasn't getting the skunk. So I'm like, it's weird how sometimes you eat something.
You were pretty adamant. I'm like,
oh, it was there. There was not even a question. But it had to have been something like, I'll have to try it again on a future time. But I was like, wow, that's weird that I got it the whole review, but I didn't get it afterwards. This has a beautiful nose. Nice caramel-esque. I haven't even drank it yet.
Mine has a pretty nice little finish.
I will agree with that. Mine has a very nice oak finish. That is just,
Randomly, when we've done these and gone back to them or whatever, it's always been very good.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of maker haters, too. That's the funny thing. Like, a lot of people that don't like it. I mean, you know what I almost think it is? It's too much flavor, I think, for some people. This thing is absolutely bombing my mouth with flavor.
It is that.
Like,
it's the three stand out like heavily most of the time, and it would be the Makers, the Old Forester, and the Weller kind of with the nose and flavor.
And I can almost see, because you know what? In this one it does have a very strong oak presence at the very end. It's very thick, rich, dark. And for someone who's not an oak person, whatever glass one is, they may not actually like that. You know what I mean? If you're used to having like a thinner, lighter, brighter, like if you're a Weller person, you're going to think this is like burning your face off. You know what I mean? With the darkness on how much wood.
Well, and even proof, you just go with the regular Weller.
And rumor had it that makers always said they're not going to do like they only want to do this many years. I forget how many years it is, say 4 to 6 years or whatever, because they always said after that we seem to be over oak. They don't want to do it, but they're supposed to be coming out with an age stated whiskey, 11, 12-year whiskey, where they swore they would never do it. That's the new thing coming out instead of the wood finishing. Everybody else is doing it. Exactly.
They're already still up there.
Now, funny you say that, because my nose on number 2 is not as cranking as my nose was on number 1. My nose on number 1 was like, bam.
Was it?
I forget we're not drinking the same glass. So when you said that, but
this was not jumping.
This one,
I know it's been sitting longer.
This one's not.
And to me, my number 2 doesn't have as much of an oak finish.
Okay. So funny you should say that. My number 2 doesn't have as much of an oak finish. So it's actually lighter, brighter on the tongue. It wasn't as concentrated, dark flavor that I was getting on the first one.
Taste, like, there's no huge like aftertaste resin.
There's not. It's a heavy oak presence on the first one. Was dark, heavy oak presence.
I mean, it's still very tasty. It's just.
I will agree with that. Now it's a matter of which one do I like
Are we
better.
right or wrong?
This one's lighter, brighter.
Oh,
This one's darker.
like-
Yeah. It's not a matter of right or wrong. If I was to guess, being that they're the same bottle now, I have to actually look because the old makers, it stood up above. If I had to guess at first impressions, I think my bottles are the way they are.
And if I was to guess, I believe that mine is going to be the same.
Okay, so that was what
Now my
just
question
on
is,
which one do I like better?
yeah, we go into a break, or we're just going to
No, we're going to A and B. We're done. These have been short and sweet, but this one's actually harder than the other ones have been because they're similar.
Yeah, that, and we're not drinking the same, or we are. I don't know. That's always a weird. So my one nose is like really spectacular right now.
I guess this is going to rely on, for those that are keeping track, to see what they think if we match their palate. My one really has a heavy wood finish, a lot, way more than what my glass 2 does.
It carries an extra
flavor. And my glass 2 has like a fruity end on the front of it, where my glass 1 is like thick, almost molasses thick
almost
on
like
the
a lighter finish on 2. So my preference, I could even do my preference right now. I would say I'm leaning towards 1.
And lighter on the palate, like it's lighter, brighter on the palate when you drink it. So it's gonna come down to. Oh no, I'm not talking softness in the drink. I'm talking like the way it feels like it feels light and bright. Where this is like dark and angry. You know what I mean?
It is a little more of an aftertaste.
Yep. My one feels like it's like a double oak, like it's finished in a thing where my 2 doesn't.
It's because it's not really a double oak,
but. But it's finished with French oak staves.
It is.
So it is French in percent French oak, correct. I also will agree in this aspect of it, as much as I do really like 2, I like that darker, richer, heavier oak presence that comes out in 1.
It's just a little extra flavor.
Yep.
For me.
I agree.
I'll be pissed off if I didn't get them right.
So, well, we're going to find out right now because there's no, that last one went long because someone kept getting skunked. So, that was yesterday. I looked at it. I was like, geez, this was a long one. So you think the bottles are the way they are.
Yeah, this is incredible. Yeah.
And you think that 46 was on your left and Makers was on your right, and you picked left to win. And I did put the Cask Strength Makers on your right. I put the Cask 46 on your left. So you are correct, and you picked the left one to win. All right. So I also think the bottles are the same.
And so I got 46 on the left and the Cask on the right.
Okay, so we ended up pouring them the same way then. So hands down, the winner today is
it does actually.
The Makers 46.
Not that that one sucked. It does not suck.
No, it's very good, but and again, it would depend on what you like in a palate. Because if you're not, like, this has a very big oak presence. Everything about it, it really does carry like this. Like if you were going to be thinking about it, this would be like a 3-year and a 10-year. You know what I mean? Like it's carrying like a heavier oak balance, and it's a thicker, darker, richer pour. But if you're someone who doesn't like that, then this is your jam. You know what I mean? So
price-wise, they were pretty close, right?
We actually got this one cheaper because he got it down in Virginia. We got this one for $59 back to, so we got this one for $49 when we bought that. He did finally find one of these up in Massachusetts. I don't know what store he was driving around, but one.
Luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, at best, you get the regular 46.
I'm pretty sure it's Massachusetts, unless he was in Connecticut, because he's been bouncing on state to state for me. So
any of those.
No. Well, this is those now, and this is those now. The wood finish you're not going to see. They're done with them. You know what I mean? So if you find one of them, it's luck of the draw. We wouldn't have one if he didn't bring it back from Hawaii with him.
Have any of them.
Because he brought that last BEP back from Hawaii. So, well, there you go.
I don't think either one of us is yet to buy that. Well, you do through him, but not. I
was going to say I bought them all, but no, I got these. I got this one and the other Makers 46 way back in the day. We get them, but since then, no, I don't think I've found any of the wood finishing ones.
And to this day, yet to see either of those Jack Daniels.
I've seen a bunch of them, but they're 350 and 500.
Not even.
I've seen them behind glass. I have. I can bring you to a place right now that's still there. 350 and 500, or 399 and 500 is what they're selling for right now. So
Still a stack of what I got.
yeah. So there you go. There is. Thank you again, Roman Carter, for the suggestion. We're coming down to the end of most of the suggestions. Well, all of the suggestions that we have bottles for. Mike keeps drinking all my bottles, so I'm gonna have to go out and buy something because there's only one that we have left. I don't have one of the bottles, but when we get it, we will definitely throw it up there. So if you do have another future suggestion for we have one more. But if you have a future suggestion for a Blind Fight Friday, leave a comment down below, especially if they're bottles we have behind us. That makes it easier.
Or
so
any comment.
Nope, we appreciate them all. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Subscribe.